Manchester United have nicked a draw in the dying moments of that game. Manchester United won, Chelsea won at the Bridge. Had everything, didn't it, in terms of emotion. Maybe not like quality all the time, but the emotions we had to go through. But a lot of fight shown there by us.
Big game Miro. Big game Miro in Ten Hag time. That's what it is. We're calling in a couple of phrases there. No, you know what? There's different ways of looking at this. I think the first you would say is first 30 minutes, dominated the game, dominated possession, made chances. Rashford has a chance. Anthony has a chance. We made really good opportunities. And I think against any side in the Premier League, but particularly a Chelsea side, top six side away from home, got to score. You've got to score in those opportunities. And then a good team like Chelsea, and particularly a good coach like Graham Potter, they're always going to adapt. So they're not going to be that bad for the entire game like Spurs were on Wednesday. So you've got to take your chances. You've got to be clinical. And that's ultimately what somewhat cost us maybe 3 points today. But when they did make changes, Chelsea, and when Potter did change things, I thought Manchester United, I'm not going to say dealt with it well, because we did get overrun at points and Kovacic had a lot of the ball and a lot of space. And if it wasn't him, Mount had a lot of space and a lot of the ball. But United showed character towards the end of that game. I mean, we did it on the stream, right? That referee, I'm not even going to get into it.
He was bad.
But no, it was just more that, again, if you concede a penalty in the 86th minute, it's very easy to give up and go, it's over. Yeah, we've lost. Feel hard done by, because it's by the letter of the law, a penalty, a soft one, but a penalty. And you can feel grieved and hard done by and say, you know what, we don't deserve to lose this game. Maybe we don't deserve to win it, but we certainly don't deserve to lose it. But to come back with maybe not your strongest 11 on the pitch as well, and have someone like Casemiro do a great header, get a little bit, I won't say luck, that's what the technology is there for. It feels like a win even though you didn't get it. Yeah. And now you look at the results against the top six sides. You look at a win against Liverpool, a win against Arsenal, a win against Spurs, a draw away to Chelsea, and a loss against City. That ain't bad going. How many games have we had in the Premier League? 10?
10 now, yeah.
10 games, 5 of them have been against the top six.
Yeah, literally 50% of the games.
And we've only lost one of them against Manchester City away at the Etihad. That can happen. That, to me, is progress. And we've seen it on the pitch in terms of the performances, but also in terms of results as well. So I'm pleased with that today. I'll take it.
Individually, what players stood out to you?
Well, obviously, Casemiro. And it's not just because of the goal. No. It's because of his overall performance. He's been getting better and better and better. I said before, when he got the player of the match against Everton, I was somewhat dubious about it because I thought, yeah, he won the ball back the most, but he also gave it away the most. He was still somewhat sloppy on the ball in possession. Maybe the pace of the Premier League was a little bit too much for him then. But on Wednesday, he was excellent against Spurs. Today, again, excellent. Energy, winning the ball back, composure. Again, big games. That's what it is. Big games, you show up. He's played enough of them at Real Madrid. Big games, pressure games, in pressure environments like Stamford Bridge, and he showed up. So Casemiro is one of them. Lisandro Martinez, I mean, our centre-backs are dropping like flies. He's the one that can't.
He's solid.
He's the one that can't.
Yeah.
Because not only does he do his job defensively really well, his aggression, his tenacity, he overcomes maybe the physical obstacles he has, all those people like to criticise him for, but where he's actually really, really important is when he steps out. Yeah. When he steps out with the ball, he can pass the ball forward. He can split. He can just completely go through the midfield with one pass. Not many centre-backs can do that. And again, that's so important. So I thought he was tremendous today. Other players you would look at, I think our fullbacks are pretty solid as well. If you're going to look at players that maybe didn't do too great, again, you would probably just say that sort of attacking front three. I thought Anthony did well, and I do think there's still more to come. I do appreciate that he was coming back to support Diogo Dalot. Should score, but he's not right-footed. He's got to work on that.
He's got to work on it, yeah.
Marcus Rashford should be more clinical, but he's not a number 9. We're dealing with what we've got in that situation.
Makeshift, isn't it? Yeah.
It's makeshift situation. We clearly need a striker. Sancho, on the other hand, on the left-hand side, Alanga comes on and he does fundamentally better than Sancho did.
That's something that Sancho can't do. No. Like, let's just call it as it is. When he picks that ball up from deep, gets a booking off Jorginho, drives with the ball, Sancho can't do that.
No.
It's just not in his game. And then he does another run, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he's involved in something on the left-hand side as well. Yeah. Just straight into the thick of it by just being direct, because when you look at someone who's like a like-for-like replacement for Rashford in there in terms of being direct, it's not Sancho. That's a complete contrast in styles. Yeah. It's Alanga.
Yeah, and you'd say it's funny because you would say, Thursday, maybe you would start Sancho because you'd want to make sure you save Elanga for Sunday, but he won't.
You want a bit of rhythm for Elanga.
Actually, if anything, he probably will start. I would think he maybe does start Elanga on Thursday, and then maybe he does play against West Ham on Sunday, but we just needed, particularly against Azpilicueta, when Azpilicueta's at right back, you need pace. You need someone to go at him. And I understand that's not Sancho's game, but even in the instances where he did have opportunity, maybe not to go at him, but just simple stuff. He just looks timid or frail, or I don't know if it's a confidence issue. I'm not sure, because people forget he actually started the season all right.
He did.
He was getting goals against Liverpool.
3 goals,
and assists as well. Leicester. And it just feels, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's with the inclusion now of other players like Anthony coming in, or I don't know. He just feels like...
He just looks unsettled again. Like you saw his face when he's coming off. He knew he was just, when he played that pass, I think Bruno went on the overlap. He's just put too much on it. It's gone for a goal kick.
Yeah.
The camera pans in and he's just so frustrated with himself. He's going for a bad moment.
And with that, I think it was a touch that goes out for a goal kick, and he turned around. He already knew he was coming off.
Yeah,
he was walking. He's like, I know.
Like he saved me from this.
Yeah,
a bit,
I know. He was like, I know. So I don't know what the answer is to him. I don't know if it's the right kind of game for him. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a case of maybe he needs time out of the team, because make no mistake, if Martial was fit, he wouldn't be playing at the moment, Sancho, because Rashford would be off the left-hand side. And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs to come out the side for a little bit, or maybe he needs to be tried in a different position, maybe tried as a 10 or something like that. I'm not sure. Either way, though, he's eating bench, because Bruno Fernandes is the number 10, and I thought Bruno did well actually today as well too. So again, overall, I think it's a positive performance for United. And what I am most importantly seeing here, and sometimes we bemoan it because we're sitting there in real time, and it is 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward and 2 step back, and you feel like you're in the same spot. But I'm seeing clear progression under Erik ten Hag, and there are going to be days where you don't get a win, and there are going to be days where you lose, and there are going to be games where you win. But the most important thing is I'm seeing a style of play, I'm seeing character, I'm seeing players that believe. And I saw on social media some people said that the game was dull or boring. I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah, that's actually true. I think that's more from a neutral perspective. I think when we're emotionally invested and you're seeing this game of chess, and okay, it wasn't chances galore, it wasn't City against Liverpool, so the neutrals will say that, but we don't care about that. We're looking at the development of our team, and it is quite fascinating to see us go from where we were to what we're trying to be now.
Yeah, and we reacted. Maybe we were a bit slow to react, and maybe we took a few seconds, and again, after Graham Potter made the changes, maybe we struggled to react to that a little bit. But I'm happy we've got a coach on the sideline that can spot an issue and resolve it and change things. And he's willing to adapt, and he's willing to change. And again, maybe you could say, mate, could have made those subs a little bit earlier on, particularly the Elanga one or whatever. But again, I'm happy with the results today. It doesn't hurt us too much. We're still in that conversation for top 4, which is what this season is. Make no mistake about that. And our results against the top 6 sides have been good. Our start to the season has been difficult. So the key thing is now that we've got the majority of those out the way, is we've got to win those games we're meant to be winning now. And that'll be the positive thing.
Last one, give me a name, man of the match.
Casemiro. I think it's got to be Casemiro. Big game Miro in 10 hard time. That's what it is.
Simple.